Okay, and then moving right along here, I wanted to get pharmacist Ben Fuchs on about a host of medical issues that are being announced and big developments that are taking place, because he's very informative. And from all of my deep research, he's one of the most informed people out there that concurs with the analysis of people like, Dr. Group that comes on the show, and Mike Adams and others. And we're going to be discussing, different things with him about that in a moment. But I wanted to first bring up a Fox News report. BPA could cause miscarriages. Because for me, there's a lot of stuff we can't do about the overall New World Order and things like that. But we can start filtering our water. We can start trying to eat less and less GMO and finally get off of it. We can start gardening. We can start eating healthier. We can start mild exercise or more if you've already started. I'm just saying you don't have to become Superman overnight. Taking care of ourselves is how we defeat the globalists. They want to hurt us. They want to dumb us down. They're on record. So get off the GMO, get off the bisphenol A, get off the chemicals, the biologicals, protect your thyroid from the radiologicals, things like that. But one of the biggest things you can do is bisphenol A. When I first learned that they had deals back in the 50s to pick out of thousands of different combinations of plastic, a type that leached estrogen to feminize men, to hyperfeminize women, giving them breast cancer, accelerating the aging of their breast and other sexual tissues, causing these cysts to form very quick that an 85-year-old woman would have. Instead, you're 20 and you get them. It is chemical warfare. John P. Holdren talks about it in Eco-Science, written in the year I was born, 1974. They're very proud of what they've done. And since I've been talking about it, and others have, since I learned of it, now mothers are getting it, glass for their children. People are getting away from it more and more. But still, it's in a lot of things. And I wanted to just get a few minutes with pharmacist Ben Fuchs joining us, also syndicated radio host here on the GCN Radio Network. I wanted to get his take on this because now it's becoming more and more mainstream, but we can't get it banned when it's like glyphosate in the water supply, which also fries your endocrine systems on record. How bad is this stuff? Because the studies, CNN's also reporting on it, the studies are on record that it is massively increasing multiple-fold miscarriages in women by messing up their hormones. A lot of compounding pharmacies, as I've heard you talk about, and I've heard local ones talk about it on the radio. They have a local show, one of the biggest ones, People's Pharmacy. The fact that they just now put women on compounded herb-based hormones so they don't lose the baby. They're just recommending it out of hand because so many women are basically taking the statistical abortion pill. Might as well be RU 486. That's really what this is. Statistically, it's making sure that, about a third of the women have miscarriages that shouldn't. It's another loving gift from the liberals, the trendies. So pharmacist Ben Fuchs, what can you say to us about BPA and other estrogen mimickers and just how bad this is?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, actually. Estrogen is the key word. And while most folks know that estrogen is being a feminizing hormone, and indeed it is, and like you say, it feminizes men and hyper-feminizes women. That's what breast cysts are, and that's what breast tumors are. But even more importantly, estrogen is a anti-fertility substance. It shuts down fertility.
That's what you take so that you can't get pregnant.
Yes, it's an element of birth control. It's a birth control pill. Bisphenol A is birth control. It's population control. It's chemical warfare, as you said. And to make matters worse, estrogen is a stress hormone. It shuts down the immune system. It maximizes the body's, it accelerates the body's response to stress. It induces cancer. It's on the FDA's known to cause cancer list. Why would any industrial operation want to put a toxin, a well-recognized toxin that suppresses fertility, that causes stress, that suppresses the immune system, that gender benders, that creates, like you say, feminized men and hyper-feminized women? Why would they ever put that in some kind of industrially produced and a consumer product? Well, the way I look at it, Alex, is it's a clear example of how we are manipulated, of how our chemistry is manipulated for nefarious purposes.
And so the real revolution is to take control of your chemistry again, and I'm doing that right now.
That's exactly what I was about to say. We need to understand how to control our chemistry. For example, iodine, one of the best ways to protect yourself from cancer, one of the best ways to protect yourself from breast cancer, and from breast cysts is to make sure that you got enough iodine. Iodine is very difficult to find in the diet, and thus the importance of supplemental iodine.
And I know today I wanted to get you on to talk about iodine because all the experts are just lining up on the fact that iodine. I want to talk about the best types of iodine, nascent versus others. I want to talk about some of the InfoWarsHealth.com longevity systems that have wide spectrum iodines in them because we've sold out of my Survival Shield nascent iodine. People can back order that at InfoWarsLife.com. But there are other naturally occurring ones like an amatophyllin we sell at InfoWarsStore.com. I want to know about what is available at InfoWarsHealth.com because as people figure this out, it's all selling out. And then move into other top health news with pharmacist Ben Fuchs when we come back. But we've got to take control of our chemistry. That's what we're doing against the globalists. By the way, folks, if you go to InfoWarsLife.com, you can order the nascent atomic pure iodine that Dr. Group and others, set up front is the very best. And I've been taking it for 2 months and just had incredible response. But if there are other forms of iodine, pharmacist Ben Fuchs, explain to me why iodine is so important. And then also some of the other minerals and things I'm told you need to take with it to have it actually work properly. I've also been detoxing while I've been on it in ways I've never experienced. Just for me personally, and Dr. Group said this would happen, mental clarity, energy, you name it. But I've also been detoxifying some. I mean, what's the difference between nascent iodine and the other iodines that are out there?
Nascent iodine is electrified iodine. Technically, it's called atomic iodine. Minerals are usually complexed with other substances, or sometimes they're complexed with themselves. What makes nascent iodine so neat is the fact that all of the electrical energy is kept on the iodine atom. The electrical energy is not spread across iodine atoms or across potassium as it is in Lugol solution and some of the other iodine supplements. With nascent iodine, you get an electrified iodine atom. And what that means is the body sucks up nascent iodine really rapidly. It doesn't have to metabolize it or break it down the way it does when you take a potassium iodide product like Lugol solution. And Lugol solution is still a good form of iodide, but it doesn't even come close to the electrified version, the nascent iodine version.
Well, also, the electrified tastes good compared to the other ones.
Well, you're getting electrical activity. You're getting the Lugol solution tastes awful, absolutely hideous. But with nascent iodine, you're getting a cleaner form of iodine than you would be getting if you use the Lugol solution. But the neatest thing about the nascent iodine is the fact that it's bioavailable. And as you know, Alex, when it comes to nutrition, it's not what you're taking, it's what your body is using. And with nascent iodine, you're maximizing what we call bioavailability, and that makes it the most superior form of iodine. Now, there's other forms of iodine, of course. I've talked on this program a lot, and I talk on my program a lot about Lugol solution. We've talked in the past about a product called iodoral. There's seaweed. There's various ways that you can get iodine, but to make absolutely sure that you're getting this essential mineral, in my opinion, you should be using the nascent iodine. And you said something very interesting. Most people don't realize that iodine is an important brain element. It's important for the developing brain, and it's important for the adult brain as well. And so the mental clarity that you get, the mental sense of well-being that you get, these are very common benefits of iodine that people don't talk a lot about.
And meanwhile, when the government actually cared about us, they put iodine in the salt. Now they take it out and put fluoride in the water. The opposite. Explain what that does. This is all on purpose.
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. You see, if you look at the periodic table, you'll find that the periodic table of elements is divided up into columns. And all of the columns, all of the substances in each column are related to each other. Well, in the second to last column, this is called the halogen column, you've got four elements that are very similar to each other. One is iodine, another is bromine, another is fluoride, and another is chloride. And the body gets confused. The body would rather have iodine, but if there's no iodine, it's going to take in whatever it can take. So if there's a lack of iodine under a circumstance where there's not enough iodine, the body's going to take in fluoride. The body's going to take in chloride or chlorine. The body's going to take in bromine as well. And you end up with brominosis. You end up with fluoride deposits in the pineal gland. You end up with weaker bone. You can end up with chlorine toxicity. All of this can be counteracted by supplementing with iodine. And if you don't supplement with iodine, if you don't have iodine, you run higher risks of brominosis and toxicity from fluoride as well as from chlorine as well. So if you look at the periodic table, that's all you need to know. Look at the column, you'll see iodine, and then you'll see fluoride, and then you'll see bromine, and then you'll see chlorine, 3 toxins, 1 nutritional element, You want to make sure that you're
nascent
getting that
iodine
nutritional
isn't just good for you, it's a survival shield.
Not only is it a survival shield, it's anti-fluoride, it's anti-bromine, it protects your pineal gland. In addition to all these benefits that we're talking about, it protects the most important gland in the body, the pineal gland, which regulates everything. Alex, if you wanted to destroy a culture, if you wanted to destroy a civilization, if you wanted to destroy a species, you could do no better job than to target the pineal gland, which is exactly what fluoride in the water does, not to mention chlorine in the water, not to mention bromine in flour and in Mountain Dew and soda pop and in plastics, etc. We have created this environment where we are immersed, saturated in toxicity.
And then what's crazy is we do a lot of bad stuff on our own, but the establishment is actually doing a lot of this on purpose to politically control us. And then you research them, whether it's the communist Chinese leaders or the European leaders or the U.S. leaders, they're all obsessed with everything you're saying, pharmacist Ben Fuchs. They're all on the nascent iodine. They're all eating the non-GMO food. They're all purifying their water. They know exactly what they're doing. I want to come back and talk more about iodine deficiency during pregnancy may adversely affect children's mental development. I've got some of the big medical studies here. We're giving you the big secrets, folks. They don't want you to know with pharmacist Ben Fuchs. We'll give you his website when we come back as well. If you go to InfoWarsHealth.com, you can sign up there and get 10% discounts. You can get free shipping when you sign up for auto ship. You can pay $10 and get big discounts, and it also supports the broadcast. Ancient Legacies Oceans Gold, 60 tablets, caplets from Longevity at InfoWarsHealth.com. Features a proprietary blend of marine botanicals, a whole wide spectrum of coenzyme Q10 to support healthy thyroid, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, hormone levels, supplement facts, and then it goes through all of it there on the site from Longevity at InfoWarsHealth.com. And yes, I'm selling you stuff here. I sell high-quality ProPure water filters to fund our operation that I personally use for my family that cut out massive amounts of the garbage that's in the water for my children and my family. I use the Longevity products at InfoWarsHealth.com. With a doctor group, went out and found the very best nascent iodine for survival shield at InfoWarsLife.com. That's what we do here. But separately, any iodine, as you know, that I guess is in the salt you can still buy where they add it, but they don't put it in there, I guess, by law now. I would guess from Pharmacist Fuchs is better than the other three things on the periodic table that we know are bad, like the chloride and the fluoride and the rest of it, going in and filling these organs and these glands that need the thyroid, you know, to operate and need it to have iodine to do that. But you're the expert, pharmacist Ben Fuchs. BrightSideBen.com is, of course, your syndicated radio show website, BrightSideBen.com. Continue to get into, you know, really the key here. Why iodine? Well, I mean, answer my question. If people can't get our super nascent iodine, if people and the other stuff out there, I've tried to find other stuff, believe me, to fill the orders. It's just no good. I can't sell it. I don't think it's real nascent iodine. I'm sorry. It tastes like rocket fuel. This stuff tastes great. And no one else seems to have it. It's like a lost art, I'm told. So where do people else get this naturally? I mean, I'm told that the certain types of the seaweed that are in the ancient legacy oceans, that they do uptake and then metabolize and have the good iodine. Explain to me what type this is and where people can get it if they can't get nascent iodine.
Well, the big problem with iodine, Alex, is it's not a terrestrial mineral. It's an ocean mineral. So the sources of iodine, the best sources of iodine are ocean products, seaweed and seafood. But of course, we know that seafood has got the mercury in it, so you got to be a little bit careful. But seaweed has a really neat property in that it can purify toxins. So when you eat seaweed products, ocean vegetation products, use seaweed supplements, you get a minimal amount of toxicity and you get a good amount of iodine. And I've been talking about eating seaweed for a long time. In addition, Celtic sea salt and ocean salts tend to be better sources of iodine than iodized salt. You know, the iodine form of iodine they put in iodized salt is not an absorbable form, and then you've got to deal with excipients and flow agents and all of the other things they put into the salt, the non-nutritional substances that they put into salt. If you use something like
okay, so let's be specific. When you go to the store, you want organic. People say, well, salts can be organic anyways. No, it can actually be mixed with things that aren't organic. What type do you need? Celtic
sea salt or Himalayan salt. There's actually hundreds of different gourmet salts, but look for Celtic sea salt and look for Himalayan salt. Here's something neat about salt. it's kind of similar to some of the benefits that you get with iodine. Iodine is also very important for the body's stress gland, the adrenal glands. In fact, all salt is important for the adrenal glands. And one of the reasons why we crave salt so much is because our adrenal glands are fried because we're under so much stress. So when you're under a lot of stress, you're going to find yourself craving salt. And what does the doctor tell you? Stay away from salt. Watch your salt intake. So people are on these low salt diets. That not only exacerbates problems with stress, it not only reduces the body's stress response, but it induces these terrible salt cravings that everybody has. I mean, you cannot go without salt. You may try to if your doctor tells you, but you're going to find yourself gravitating towards salty foods. So what you do is you act preemptively. You get yourself some Celtic sea salt or some Himalayan salt or even any good mineral product that can help provide some salts for the adrenal glands, and you drink salt water. And you don't drink a lot of it. You just drink just enough until your salt cravings disappear. And what you'll find is you have better adrenal gland functioning, which means more energy, which means a better ability to respond to stress. And it also means the manufacturing of fertility and anti-aging and growth hormones. These are the kinds of strategies that the medical model is promoting that shut down our ability to thrive. Almost everything you hear from the mainstream medical model is almost intentionally designed to keep us from thriving.
I was about to say, you know, I've been doing research the last few years trying to get back in shape from being totally unhealthy for years and just not caring about myself and figuring they'd kill me anyway, so why bother? I've been busy, you know, trying to lose 40, 50 pounds, lost most of it to get back in shape. It's really hard to get back in shape once you've gotten out of it. And I talked to you and so many other experts, and I said, well, what's an herb, what's a vitamin, what's a mineral that, say, has natural growth hormone or will boost my natural testosterone to help me exercise more? And you said iodine. Iodine. It will then regulate the thyroid and other glands and allow you to release the stuff you need. And indeed, that's happened. My problem is I'm not even lifting weights except for once a week, really light reps. I'm trying to get small, not big. And instead, I've lost some weight. But with my clothes off, I mean, you know, it looks like I'm trying to be a bodybuilder or something. That's not what I want. So what do I need to do, pharmacist Ben Fuchs? Because I do still eat like a pig. Yeah.
You can't help getting ripped. That's going to happen, Alex. You're just going to have to wear long sleeve shirts, buddy. Because once you start to lose body fat and once you start to replace that body fat with muscle mass, you're just going to get ripped. You know, that's just one of the things that happens. And as you say, the iodine regulates the thyroid.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, this iodine is like anabolic steroids or something. I mean, I'm literally turning into a gorilla. And I go in and lift weights now, and it's just like, it's unbelievable. It's like I'm 18.
You're fueling your thyroid. Your thyroid, next to your pituitary or your pineal gland, your thyroid may be the most important gland in your body. It regulates every single cell in the body. And by the way, we were talking about the adrenal glands. There's a very important link between the adrenal glands and the thyroid. Once your adrenal glands are stressed out, once you're maxing out with adrenal hormones and your adrenal glands are trying to deal with your stressed out life, over time, the thyroid will gradually slow down. And this is one of the reasons why stress makes you gain weight. This is one of the reasons why hypothyroidism is such an epidemic, and making sure that you're getting enough iodine. And by the way, selenium and iodine work together to help fuel the thyroid. This is one of the reasons why once you start taking in these supplements that help the thyroid, you'll lose weight, you'll gain more muscle mass, not to mention the fact that you're going to feel better and have more energy as well. And by the way, there's something called fluoride fatigue, which is caused by excess ingestion of fluoride, affecting the thyroid and causing hypothyroidism and a sluggishness. Once you start taking in iodine, your bodies will start to absorb less fluoride. And once again, you'll have better thyroid functioning, and you'll have more muscle mass, more energy, better immunity, more clarity of thinking, as well as weight loss.
Simply incredible. And again, this power structure knows this. I mean, being a pharmacist, being a successful compounding pharmacist, a guy that has national lines of cosmetics, you name it. You don't brag about yourself, but you're very successful, really smart guy. I mean, interviewing you the last 4 or 5 years, I know more and more you've researched the political more, and I've sent you documents where they admit all this stuff, but this is a conscious program. Putting the bisphenol A in, removing even the junky iodine, putting in the fluoride, putting the fluoride in as an additive to most of the processed foods at levels thousands of times above the water level. I mean, this is murdering people.
Alex, you know as well as I know, Who were the first people to put fluoride in the water? What was the first country to start using fluoride?
The communists, Russians, and then the Nazis.
Right? Exactly. And this is the kind of stuff that we're putting in our water here in this country you can actually go to the drugstore and get fluoridated water for your baby. Nursing water, they call it, where you drown your baby's brain in fluoride. As if it's not, they can't wait until we're adults and we're drinking tap water. Now you can fluoridate your baby. And by the way, as a prescription drug, fluoride is limited to 2.2 milligram doses, daily doses. You get far more than that if you drink half a gallon of water, a gallon of water.
Oh, yeah, we're being forcibly medicated, and the water's nothing. They spray it on the crops as one of the main pesticides.
That's another one.
And due to lawsuits, last year they announced they're phasing it out as an illegal pesticide by 2014.
You're getting, when you eat vegetables, the vegetables are saturated in fluoridated water, tap water, not to mention all the other crap that's in the tap water. So you can't even eat vegetables safely. Even, by the way, organic vegetables can have this problem.
But Nation Iodine blocks it.
That's right. That's right. There is so many reasons to get on this Nation Iodine as a supplement, as a daily supplement every single day. From protection from bromine and chlorine and fluoride to protection for the thyroid to protection for the various glands.
What do I take it with again?
Selenium. Selenium and iodine work together, especially for the thyroid. And that's one that Dr. Wallach's been talking about for many, many years. Selenium is a super, super incredibly important mineral, and one that many of us are deficient in. It's important for protection from cancer, important for protection from heart disease. It's an important component of something called glutathione, which is your body's major cancer fighter. Selenium has got so many wonderful benefits. It's active in very, very small amounts, and even being active in small amounts, many people are deficient in selenium. Always take iodine and selenium together. They work together for the thyroid.
By the way, I had some of my friends' family over Sunday night for a dinner party, and I didn't know that they'd signed up under InfoWarsTeam.com or members at InfoWarsHealth.com for 2 years. And, I mean, this is a true story. And they said they'd come on the show, and they're sitting there, my wife made dinner, we're eating, and they go, listen, my wife couldn't even get out of bed with the arthritis she was having, the rheumatoid arthritis, and that she got on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Alex Pack and the FX system and the joint things that Dr. Wallach recommended at InfoWars Health, and that within 6 months it was almost all gone, and now it's gone. It's gone. Now she doesn't have the arthritis anymore, and her hands were even giant and swole up, and now that's almost all gone away. And again, it's just incredible that this is more people telling me this and saying this is incredible. And I mean, I know it's good for you, but I can't believe how good just basic stuff is.
Yeah, it's incredible. And, I'm a pharmacist, and I'm very careful about the things I recommend and the things that I promote. And I'm telling you, Alex, when I see the kind of responses that people get when they start a nutritional supplement program, they get on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, they get on some of these things that we talk about on the program, it blows me away, and I can't shut my mouth. It would not be fair of me as a healthcare professional to not tell people about the benefits of these things, to not tell people about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And I don't like being a salesperson. I don't feel comfortable being a salesperson. I'm a healthcare professional. But as a healthcare professional, I have a sacred duty to tell people about things that I see work and that I know work and that have a theoretical basis as well as a clinical basis for working. And so when I talk about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine or Nascent Iodine or Selenium or the Longevity products, I'm telling you this because I know the stuff works, and as panacea and incredible sounding as it is a panacea, and it is incredible. And I say on my radio show every day, you're going to think it's a miracle, but it's not a miracle. It's just the way the body works.
Now, what about the Nascent Iodine Detox? I've been on about a month and a half or so, and was just so much energy, super aggressive, losing weight, still eating like a pig, all this stuff. But then about the last week, I still have a lot of energy, but I am noticing, I don't want to go into what a detox is like, but there's different ways you detox your skin, other ways. I'm really detoxing now. And Dr. Group was saying maybe I want to slow down. I mean, I'm taking the recommended dose, that the establishment recommends, but maybe I should slow down for a while because it does feel like I have a hangover sometimes in the morning now.
Make sure you're doing other nutrients that support detox. And one of the most important nutrients isn't really a nutrient at all, but it's water. Drinking more water will help you flush out toxicity. Also, there's a very important relationship between vitamin C and iodine. Vitamin C can help you retain iodine much more effectively, and vitamin C has some wonderful detox properties as well. And this is one of the neat reasons, this is one of the most important reasons and the neatest things about getting on a supplement program. Alex, to a well-balanced program. All the individual nutrients have very interesting properties: iodine for the thyroid, and vitamin C for immunity, and selenium for the heart, and for making glutathione. But what you really want to focus on is getting on an entire program, a well-balanced program that provides you with all 90 essential nutrients. Each one has its own importance.
And that's why Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0
Exactly.
Organic is so important, because it's all right there.
Exactly.
And then you can supplement on top of that. So obviously, I forgot. I need to take selenium. Now, what do I do if from fluoride most of my life until I woke up to it has kind of calcified in my thyroid, in my pineal? Is it true that nascent iodine, long-term, if it's the proper type, can actually help you begin to actually slough some of that out?
Absolutely. Once your body gets the good stuff, Alex, it doesn't take the bad stuff. It loses the bad stuff. Once you start taking iodine, the fluoride will drop off, the bromine will drop off, the calcium, which is in response to the fluoride, will start to drop off as well. You can also use other chelating nutrients. Vitamin C, chelating means magnetically attract, and there's nutrients that will magnetically attract fluoride out of your body. Selenium is a wonderful chelating agent that can magnetically attract fluoride out of your body. Vitamin C is tremendously chelating. It can help attract fluoride out of your body. There's something called N-acetylcysteine, NAC, which is tremendously, maybe the most important chelating agent you could ever use. You can use N-acetylcysteine. By the way, N-acetylcysteine is great for hangovers. It's great for any toxicity in the body. You can use that on a regular basis. Sulfur has got some tremendous chelating properties, things like MSM sulfur, and you can, of course, find sulfur in fresh vegetables, and fresh fruits and vegetables. You want to make sure you're pounding your body with these chelating agents as well as antioxidants. Vitamin E, by the way, works together with selenium and vitamin A, and something called vitamin C. Vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium all work together, as well as something called alpha lipoic acid, which you don't hear very much about. You don't hear hardly anything about alpha lipoic acid, but it's got some tremendous chelating properties. So pound yourself with these chelating agents, and you'll magnetically pull that fluoride out of your body, and you'll support the work that the iodine is doing to dump fluoride off of the pineal gland.
So literally things like nascent iodine, from what I've heard from you and others, they go around electrically charged and grab the fluoride and things and drag it out of your body.
It's all about the electricity, Alex. Nascent iodine is electrified iodine. And anytime you electrify a nutrient, you improve the body's ability to utilize it.
Incredible. I want to come back and ask you about politics and what's happening in the world. I want to start getting into that after the break. But look at this. Iodine deficiency during pregnancy may adversely affect children's mental development. And that's out of the medical press. And then they link through to a new study on that. But, I mean, that was in the Lancet Medical Journal. I mean, they've known this forever. I read about 100 years ago in England where they were saying kids had low IQ from not enough iodine. That's why they started putting it in the salt. I mean, they're always acting like they just discovered this.
They were using nascent iodine 100 years ago, or close to 100 years ago. We've known about the importance of nascent iodine as well. Now, you guys are right on top of it, Alex. That whole nascent iodine thing, you are right on top of it, and jumping on nascent iodine is one of the smartest things you could do.
Well, no, I mean, you're the one told me get on nascent iodine. Was it 6 months, a year ago? I remember I called you up and I said, what is a good supplement, to naturally give more energy and boost my thyroid? And you said nascent iodine. And then I tried a bunch. They were so horrible tasting and didn't do anything. And then I ran into Dr. Group, and, man, this stuff's unbelievable. The problem is we can't make enough of it. But I've got mine, and that's what matters. We'll be right back, my friend. I want to get into the politics, the shutdown that now supposedly ended today, and so much more. But, folks, if you want to get it back ordered, it comes in about 2 weeks. Supposed to be 3 weeks out. Survival Shield, Nascent Iodine, InfoWars Life. And I dare you, try other people's and then get this. This isn't hype. Night and day. Night and day. Well, there's the headline, top left-hand corner of DrudgeReport.com. People ask why DrudgeReport.com is the #1 news website in the world. And it's because Matt Drudge knows what's important news. And we have the letter, and we've made calls, and they're not denying that it's a real letter. And I happen to have a reporter. All my other reporters are busy. My wife used to do reporting for us many years ago. My wife is actually going to Chase Bank right now. In fact, I think she's there now to try to set up a bank account as a test and to try to a business account and get this literature that we cannot make foreign wire transfers and restrict money. So we'll have that double devil documented, as they say, in the next 20 minutes or so. And this is so big, I think I'm going to go over there. I mean, I'll just go on over my iPhone, shoot the report myself. The reporter's doing a great job. They're all nailed down to other stuff right now. That's why I need to hire more people. That's why it's great when you get the great products at InfoWarsHealth.com and places like that. When, once a month or so we do a little plug for this stuff. That's how we fund our operation. I go out and find great stuff. My incredible stressful life, working 18 hours a day many days. And I couldn't have done this without pharmacist Ben Fuchs advising me the last 4 years, with people like Dr. Groot, people like Mike Adams, the health ranger. And it is exciting, because if I'd have known this when I was young, before I tore myself up and ate like a pig and drank and, did all the stuff I did for 12 years, I mean, it was just amazing. If I'd have known this when I was playing football and was in great shape, I mean, this stuff is dynamic. But I didn't mean to go off into a rant about health stuff. Let me ask, Ben, you're a smart guy, business owner in your own right, big compounding pharmacy in Colorado. What do you make of Obamacare, the shutdown, all the preparations for urban warfare? I mean, I think they're purposefully trying to wreck the country. What do you think's happening?
They want us scared, Alex. They want us running. They want us to be chicken little. The fact of the matter is that you don't do your best work when you're scared. You cannot heal. You cannot grow. You cannot thrive. Your brain shrinks when you're in fear. That's what they're looking for, is to have people freaked out. And that's why it's so important to take control of your life. Alex, the last thing you ever want to have to do is go to an Obamacare doctor. Even doctors will tell you that. Even doctors are going to tell you that you don't want to go to an Obamacare physician. Once we have government-mandated medical care where the government works off a formulary and you pick there's a menu of treatments or a menu of pharmaceuticals, it's all over. Then they have complete control over your body. And this is why it's so important to be proactive, to get yourself on a supplement program, to learn how to hack into your appetite, your cravings for foods, use salt, use oils, use protein. All of these will allow you to wean yourself off of the corporate swill. The last thing you ever want to do is participate in government-mandated health care or to eat corporate-inspired food. And the best way to protect yourself from all of this, Alex, the way I look at it, is to, number one, make sure you're getting on a good nutritional supplement program. And number two, take control of your mind. Take control of your emotions and your feelings. Don't buy in to the fear tactics of government shutdown and all the things that they want you to think. Don't buy into it. Get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program. Get yourself on an exercise program. Read good books. Read spiritual books. Access some kind of spirituality in your life. Take control of your existence. That's the best thing you can do, and that's the best protection you can have, the way I look at it.
And that's it. Tune out of the mainstream TV. Really reconnect with nature. Just get centered.
Exactly.
There's a whole universe out there, not just these globalist crooks that want to make themselves the center of everything. Just like the establishment medical system. Begin to research and then control your own chemical, electrochemical biology, your own chemistry. That's the last thing they want. Look at Codex Alimentarius. I want to come back in overdrive. I've been researching that. That's really run by private corporations, and they're really on the verge of banning vitamins and minerals when we come back. Yeah, this is guaranteed to get national attention now. With two different. Paul Watson's been adding to his story now that it's gone up on Drudge. No, three different Chase banks are now, we have three different letters saying to customers, and my wife's been calling, I need to call her and see if it's triple confirmed, that yes, folks, Chase Manhattan is telling people they can't wire money out of the country or take cash out. Oh, my goodness, November 17th. This is Twilight Zone if people realize how horrible that news is. I want to shift gears, though, back to Ben Fuchs. And what we were just talking about with pharmacist Ben Fuchs, Brightside Ben. He's got an hour-long show every day, getting picked up by a lot of stations right before mine on GCN, GCNlive.com, BrightsideBen.com. He joins us. We only got about 4 minutes left, Ben. I'm pretty shook up right now with this banking thing. But, again, this is something we could take control of for now. The problem is, under the big pharma, as you know, writing, and I've been actually watching, I got addicted to this. I probably watched, let's not exaggerate, 30 hours of Codex Alimentarius voting and meetings going back about 6-7 years on the internet that I've seen from the UN. And I didn't know. It is Big Pharma, and they want it banned where you can't even buy vitamin C in a bottle. I thought it was just lowered it down like some European countries have done to nothing. They really are very close. People don't know this, to like not even letting you get vitamin D in mass. I mean, these people are out of control.
Why do you think, Alex? Why do you think they're so hell-bent on keeping people from having vitamins? You know, when you come right down to it, Alex, we are vitamins. We are minerals. We are protein and carbohydrates and fat.
And they want to sell all their artificial garbage that's toxic. They don't want us having what we are.
They want to poison the environment, poison the water, poison the food, and then deprive us of what we need to protect us from the poison. You know, it's like a 1-2 punch. And I'm telling you, Alex, as long as we have the ability to buy nutrients, this is something people want to take advantage of. Whatever kind of supplements you want to start taking advantage of this right away. You want to start taking advantage of this today. Get yourself on a supplement program. Start to use macronutrition, meaning protein and essential fatty acids, and making sure you're staying away from corporate swill, making sure you're restricting your intake of refined foods and refined carbohydrates. You know, these are things that we can do today, and these are things we should be doing today. And the upside of all of this, Alex, is you're going to feel better. You're going to be more resistant to disease. You're going to be more resistant to the poison that's in the water and in the atmosphere and the environment. And you know what, Alex? It's a friggin' no-brainer. I don't know what kind of downside people can see to getting on a good, solid nutritional supplement program and protecting themselves from these kinds of toxins and toxicity that's in our environment.
You said it. Well, if folks can't get the high-quality nascent iodine at InfoWarsLife.com, I mean, they can pre-order it. We sold out. More is coming in a few weeks. So it's like 3 weeks out after we ship it to people. You know, victims of our own success, but it really is amazing. The monofilin, I got a lot of energy out of that. Nothing compared, obviously, to the nascent iodine, the proper type. There's obviously the InfoWars Health type put out by Longevity. That's a wide spectrum of sea plants. Ancient Legacy, I'm told, is pretty powerful. What else would you find over at InfoWarsHealth.com?
The most important is the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the essential fatty acids, the ultimate EFAs, the digestive enzymes. You know, we can talk about the importance of digestive enzymes for protecting your body from bisphenol A. One of the best ways that you can protect yourself from toxicity and plastics and in the environment is to improve your body's ability to clear these toxins out. And one of the most important strategies for clearing out toxins is bile, B-I-L-E, bile. That stuff that's made in the liver that nobody ever talks about is one of the most important detoxifying substances in your body, and you get the precursors to bile in the ultimate enzymes from Longevity. Very underappreciated product.
And I was also reading, and tell me if I interpreted this wrong, that the liver also almost vomits out its toxins in the bile to be flushed out.
That's exactly right. And keeping your liver, taking care of your liver is also very important. By the way, bisphenol A is almost specific for toxing out the liver.
It's incredible. All right, Brightside Ben. Folks will be tuning in, I know, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central, GCNlive.com. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you. God bless.
We'll have more tonight on the Chase situation, 7 o'clock.